You stand within the fortress you have built. Trust, comfort, deep emotional intimacy. By all outward measures, the perfect relationship. Yet, a chilling silence has fallen where once a fire roared. The spark that consumed you, that defined your union, now barely flickers, a dying ember in a cold hearth. Is this the inevitable price of mature love? Is this the quiet resignation that defines enduring commitment? What if the very sanctuary you meticulously constructed for love has become the gilded prison of desire? What if the profound closeness you cherish, the transparency you fought for, is the very atmosphere now suffocating her erotic flame, and indeed your own? The Gnosis of Esther Perel, unveiled today through the unsparing seduction noir lens, exposes this devastating, intimate paradox. This transmission is not for those content with the ashes of a once incandescent passion. It is for the alchemist, the sovereign man who dares to ask, how do I keep both the sacred hearth of love burning bright and the wild, untamed bonfire of desire roaring with untamed life? The secret to unlocking her trapped eroticism and yours begin their unveiling now. The anatomy of erotic death. Diagnosing the silent killer. The modern tragedy of committed love often lies in a fundamental, unacknowledged conflict. Esther Perel, with surgical precision, reveals this core paradox. Love, in its deepest essence, seeks closeness, security, dependability. It yearns to diminish distance, to fuse two souls into one seamless whole. Yet, desire, that wild, fickle god, operates by a different law. It needs distance to breathe. It thrives on mystery, on separateness, on the tantalizing otherness of the other. It is fueled by the chase, by the unknown, by the space between two distinct, sovereign beings. The devastating truth, initiate, your relentless, well-intentioned pursuit of absolute intimacy, of total transparency, of becoming one with her, may have inadvertently, tragically erased the very erotic synapse that desire requires to arc. When there is no perceived other to discover, no mystery to unravel, no distance to bridge with yearning, the erotic quest, that vital spark of wanting, often, silently, dies. The comfort you built has become a cage. Beyond the nursery door, reclaiming the woman from the mother. Parenthood arrives, the sacred fruit of your love, and with it often an erotic eclipse. Her boundless energy, her sensuous focus, once directed towards you, the lover, now pours with fierce maternal devotion into the child. This is natural. This is primal, but it carries a hidden cost. For many women, the profound, tactile, emotional eroticism of their nature finds a potent and crucially desexualized outlet in the intense bond with their children. The sensuous pleasure of nurturing, of holding, of absolute connection can temporarily supplant the need for adult sexual intimacy. The forbidden truth here is that her mating need in this critical phase is not merely for a good father by her side. It is a deeper, often unspoken yearning for a man who still sees, who still fiercely desires the woman that exists within the mother. A man who has the courage, the audacity to re-eroticize her identity beyond the sacred confines of the nursery, reminding her of the untamed, sovereign fire that co-created this new life. Your lust tactic, archetypal resurrection. When the world, and perhaps even she herself, sees only mom, your gaze, your words, your very presence must pierce that veil. You must consciously, deliberately invoke the siren, the priestess, the queen, the untamed one who still slumbers beneath the maternal role. Small intentional acts of pure, adult, non-parental seduction, a look that bypasses the mother and speaks only to the lover, a touch that reclaims her body not as a vessel of life, but as a temple of pleasure, a whispered word that echoes your shared forbidden past. These become acts of profound liberation for her trapped, often forgotten erotic self. Dare to see her beyond the cradle. 4. The necessity of the third. Inviting mystery back in. Now for a gnosis that will shatter conventional wisdom. The necessity of the third. Perel reveals with startling clarity that all enduring relationships live in the subtle, often unacknowledged shadow of the third, that imagined or even real alternative, that ghost of other possibilities, which paradoxically highlights and intensifies the unique value of the chosen partner. To deny this shadow, to demand absolute imaginative exclusivity, often breeds stagnation and a suffocating sense of predictability. The forbidden truth for igniting the erotic spark is not always more closeness, but the artful reintroduction of healthy separateness, potent mystery, and the subtle, exhilarating threat of your independent allure. She needs to feel, on a primal level, that she is continuously choosing you, not merely habituated to your presence. Allow her glimpses of your sovereign world that exists beyond her orbit. Remind her of your capacity to be desired by others, even if this dance occurs only within the theater of her own potent imagination. Your lust tactic. Engineer perceived otherness. You must cultivate a sacred precinct within your own being, your thoughts, your passions, that remains deliciously, tantalizingly veiled, your secret garden. This is not deception. It is the art of erotic self-possession. Do not lay your entire soul bare for her constant consumption. Let her wander. Let her yearn to explore those uncharted territories of your spirit. That wonder, that slight, intoxicating edge of the unknown is the very oxygen that eroticism craves. Surprise her not with trinkets, but with an unexpected facet of your being, a depth she never suspected, a strength she now desires to test. 5. The death of spontaneity, the birth of intentional eros. The modern myth of spontaneous sex, that effortless, spur-of-the-moment passion, is, for most long-term couples, a beautiful lie, an alibi for erotic neglect. Perel's Gnosis is unsparing. Whatever is going to just happen already has. The forbidden truth for maintaining desire, enduring passion, is not found. It is forged in the fires of conscious intent. It demands deliberate action, the courageous creation of erotic space, the cultivation of anticipation, the weaving of shared ritual. Stop waiting passively for the mood to strike like lightning. You must become the architect of that mood. You must be the one who plans, who seduces, who initiates play. Treat your committed sexual life with the artistry, the focus, and the sacred intentionality you would grant a forbidden, high-stakes conquest. Your lust tactic. Ritualize erotic play. Designate time, carve out space, or even co-create specific forbidden scenarios, consensually explored fantasies that exist explicitly outside the mundane, predictable routines of your shared life. The work ethic, the drive for efficiency that serves you so well in the world, becomes desire's poison in the bedroom. It is the play ethic that resurrects it. Dare to be gloriously inefficient. Dare to be wildly imaginative. Dare to be unapologetically unproductive in your relentless pursuit of shared, incandescent pleasure. This is not a chore to be ticked off a list. It is the sacred, joyful duty of the erotic alchemist. Fidelity reforged, beyond chains to chosen allegiance. And what of faith, of fidelity in this landscape of cultivated desire and acknowledged otherness? The forbidden truth Perel unveils is that true, enduring fidelity in a modern context, saturated with infinite options and relentless temptation, is not merely the absence of transgression born from lack of opportunity or fear of consequence. It is a conscious, continuous, sovereign choice made in the full, unflinching awareness of all other shadows, all other possibilities. Mutual faith, that unbreakable bond, isn't nurtured by erecting higher walls or imposing tighter controls or demanding fearful prohibitions. It is forged in the crucible where both partners feel the relationship offers a unique, an irreplaceable, and utterly compelling erotic and emotional vitality worth choosing over all other echoes of desire. This path demands immense courage, the courage to acknowledge the seductive power of the third, the courage to allow for and honor healthy separateness, and the unwavering courage to consistently reinvest in the sacred us, not as a societal default, but as a deliberate, passionate daily affirmation of profound value. Your lust tactic become her irreplaceable mystery, her sovereign choice. Do not aim to be her everything, a suffocating totality that erases her own space. Aim instead to be her only one who truly understands this hidden part of me, the one who ignites this unique frequency of desire no other can replicate. Cultivate your own sovereign world, your independent allure, as outlined in the spark creation tactic. When she feels she is with a man of profound depth, of unshakable self-possession, a man who could navigate any sea, but chooses her harbor consciously and fully, Her faith in your bond is not anchored in your limitations, but in the perceived, undeniable supremacy of your shared, sacred connection. Make your commitment to her an act of your sovereign power, a testament to your discerning choice, not a resigned surrender to fearful necessity. The alchemist's sanctuary, where love and lust unite. The intimacy trap, then, is not intimacy itself. It is its unexamined, uncalibrated, and tragically de-eroticized form. The true secret to unlocking and sustaining trapped eroticism, as revealed by Esther Perel and now amplified through the seduction noir lens, lies in daring to consciously, strategically reintroduce risk, mystery, play, and unwavering intentionality into the very heart of your committed love. It is about understanding deeply that the fundamental needs of love, for security, for profound knowing, for gentle predictability, and the fundamental needs of desire, for adventure, for the tantalizing unknown, for playful transgression, are not mortal enemies. They are instead paradoxical twins, shadow and light, that can be taught with skill and courage to dance in an exquisite, lifelong, electrifying tension. The cathedral's flame, your journey into erotic gnosis. You now possess the foundational gnosis to diagnose why perfect love often descends into passion's tomb, and the alchemical keys to potentially resurrect its vital erotic flame. The profound insights of Esther Perel, forged anew through the unsparing seduction noir lens, offer you a path beyond the bleak landscape of compromise and resignation. Seduction noir does not offer simple answers or comforting platitudes. We offer the dangerous, transformative questions, the forbidden gnosis that leads to sovereign power over your erotic destiny. If this transmission has ignited within you a spark of uncomfortable yet liberating truth, a stark recognition of desire's subtle prison within even the most loving bonds, command the like button now. Acknowledge the gnosis received and signal your intent to reclaim the fire. What is the greatest desire killer you have witnessed, or perhaps tragically experienced, in the landscape of long-term love? Share your uncensored insight, your hard-won gnosis in the comments below. The cathedral's strength is forged in the crucible of shared wisdom and unflinching truth. Mastering the subtle, potent alchemy of enduring eroticism is a lifelong sacred initiation. Subscribe and strike the obsidian bell of transformation now. The deepest, most forbidden secrets of relational power and erotic vitality are reserved for those who seek relentlessly, who dare to look into the shadows. This is but one facet of the multifaceted erotic diamond. The seduction noir channel is a consecrated vault overflowing with gnosis on desire, power, and the hidden architecture of human connection. Immerse yourself further. Explore the archives. Your erotic sovereignty, your capacity to command both love and lust awaits your claiming. Love demands safety. Desire craves risk. The true master, the seduction noir sovereign, learns to build a sacred sanctuary with a secret, wild, untamed garden thriving within its very walls. Seduction noir illuminates the perilous, exhilarating path. The rest is the courage to walk it, to claim it, to become it.